started school in the first grade. Back then, for some reason, we didn't have a kindergarten at Chapel Hill, so I started in the first grade. And I'll never forget my first grade teacher was Miss Gladys Edwards. That's Mr. Clint Hook's sister. We was down, at the Valley at Chapel Hill High School. I went there until I was in the 4th grade, and then we moved up into DeFuniak. But at Chapel Hill, we played on clay courts where we played basketball. We was on clay. We didn't have a gymnasium, but it put out some pretty good athletes down there. I'll never forget Mr. Henry Wilkinson. He was the principal there. He was just a straight man, and what he said is what he meant. I can remember that one of my teachers sending us out to the edge of the woods to get switches to bring back, to the classroom, and that was a thrill. It was something. And but then we moved on to DeFuniak and settled over on North 11th Street over there in the city. That was kind of new for me. Coming to town to Tivoli High School, it was you had to prove yourself because it was you were strange. You was a stranger, and they didn't take it too lightly. You had to get in there and let them know that you meant business as well. But at Tivoli High School, got a chance to play in the gym, Tivoli Gym down there. Seen the school quite a bit there. The agricultural program they had going. They had a good band there. Mr. Woodard was the football coach. Mr. Boogie Hall was there, one of the coaches as well. So and also he was a teacher, and it was just a good thing. And then we integrated, and I went over to Walton Middle School, where I started playing a little sports, basketball and football. I never forget Hobson Field junior high football. I ran 2 touchdowns against Boniface. It's been a minute ago though, but I did. And living over in Nebo, we was right at Harbison Field, and on Friday nights when Tivoli or Walton would play, we'd be the first one there, cause all we had to do was just walk right up the road and come right on in. And I never forget, they used to have a rodeo over at Harbison Field as well. That was a big thing that we would go over and participate in. My favorite teacher was Judy Hill. She was from Flowersville. Yeah, she came down whenever we integrated at Tivoli. Main teachers walked out. She came in and helped pick the slack up. So I'll never forget that. She was one of the teachers there, Miss Judy Hill. Trying to get settled in, and doing things. It was kind of different. Teachers wasn't as hard on us as the ones was at Tivoli and Chapel Hill. So it was getting used to that and being in that big school out there. It was just something. And I never forget, we had a lot of great teachers out there. Miss Scott, we had the principal, Mr. Green. He was always a good man. He always did the right thing for us. He really did. Yeah, when we moved to DeFuniak, one of the big places that the Nebo crew, what we call it, that side of town over there, we used to go to the movies on Friday and Saturday night. That was a big thing for me. I'll never forget the first time I went into a movie theater, man, I didn't know what to think. Coming out of Douglass Crossroads, it was a big deal. And Miss Allison grocery, we come up there and we stop and get us some ice cream and stuff, and cross the street over to Creel Ford and head on right on up there to the movies. The town back then, it was very nice. We we didn't have any trouble with anyone. We were just being treated as we want to be treated. I never forget. I worked at Carp's department store. During the school time, I would come in the afternoons and sweep the floor and clean the bathrooms and put up all the hangers that where they had sold stuff. I'd take them back and put them in the closets in the back. And he would let me come on Saturdays and sell shoes. So I put a towel on and sell shoes on Saturdays. So that was big for me, man.
Yeah.
I had them coming in, hey Wayne, hey man. but I remember quality department store, Cristo 5 and 10, where you get that big scoops of ice cream. Them cones are big. You get a double, and then get another on top of it, get a triple. That was a big thing. We had Mr. Lightfoot. where we go buy the marbles. Well, he has some of the prettiest marbles there that you ever want to play with. And Miss Carter. And another one of the big things that when I moved over to Nebo, Halloween, we used to go trick-or-treating. And man, we went so many places in DeFuniak, all down by the common, that's a home, all back down in there. Seemed like the further we went, the chocolate, the candy guy, you know? They was giving out some good candy. I tell you, it was a lot of fun, lots of fun. Things that I look at that, you know, back, it's probably been, what, 20, 25 years, King's Hardware. You could go in them Saturday morning and, man, they sharpen your axe, you know, they help you with whatever you need, the size nails that you need, and it always first come, first serve, and you know, and you sign a ticket, and you go pay them at the first of the month, and move right on. Well, you know, I kind of miss that, having those conversations on Saturday morning up there with some of the gentlemen, and then some of the other people that come in. It seemed like that was always a meeting place where you could get good information on how to fix, you know, your stuff around the house. As I ride through town now, you know, I just thank the Lord for the time that I got to see some of that stuff, because it's moved on. The phone booths used to be phone booths stationed, you know, out through the city where you could go and make your phone calls. But now things have changed a little bit. You know, you had polices, at least one walking uptown. You know, you had them kind of walking uptown and kind of seeing after things. But you know, now we got them in cars, and we thank the Lord for that. But it definitely has changed. I'm gonna tell you, Ron, one of the key people was Mr. Clint Hooks. You know, when he talked, you was gonna listen. You know, just the way he was. He was a good man. He was gonna tell you right from wrong. He wasn't gonna let you get away with something that you know that it won't do you any good. It won't do you no good. So he was gonna try to talk to you and tell you. But now, if you didn't mind him, now you're doing something wrong. If you had to go to jail, you had to go. But he'd stand around there and try to get you out. But if he told you he was going to jail, he was going to jail now. That's just the way he was. Also, we had in the community, we had some of the deacons over at Temple Baptist Church, where I attend church now, and I started back when we moved to Nebo. Deacon Baldwin, he used to work at the Ice House over there. He was another man that would talk to you and tell you what to do right. And we had Tommy Jordan that worked with the sheriff department. He was another good man. He would try to help you. Boogie Hall, Mr. Hall, he would. Yes, sir. He'd tell you, boy, you better sit down, boy. Yeah, he was a good leader. And I don't know if you remember Mr. William Paul, the janitor. He was a good man. He sure was. And I'm gonna tell you somebody, Mr. Herman Infinger. I got a chance to work with him at Walton County Sheriff Department. He was the cook at the jail, and he was something, man. He would always tell you, you know, the right thing to do. He sure would. My childhood was great here. Like I said, I got the best of two worlds. I got in the country and a little, you know, some of the city as well. And me myself, I never left to go anywhere. I stayed right here, right here. My mom, Bessie Graham, she raised 9 children. It's nine of us, and I kind of hung around here, you know, to be with her. You know, I had a brother to go to Michigan, sister to go to Atlanta, you know, and around. But I'm mainly the one that stayed here all my life, and I'm glad I did. You know, Walton County is a good place to live. Yeah. One other thing, when we moved to DeFuniak, that's when I met my wife, Angela Delagal. We was high school sweethearts, and we celebrated our 46th year anniversary, the 31st of this month. So I thank the Lord for that. We got 2 children and many grandchildren, and we just moving right along, the help of the Lord.